it feels like there's been a couple of different events, and I feel like I'm sort of watching the audience. I still think they love 4 Extra, but I feel like their relationship with him is starting to shift a little bit. I feel like there's a significant number of comments on that Unk podcast, like a significant portion, that feel like the vibe was mean, bullying, and just like I feel like I'm witnessing a little bit of a heel turn. And I'm not saying that is how I feel, but I'm saying that I've seen a lot of people have that opinion. And in addition to that, I saw a lot of feedback about him not wanting to fight King Pill that was not flattering, where people felt like, how are you going to talk this much about fades? And then when Adam has a fade that's presumably going to pay you well, you're just not into it. And I think a lot of people didn't really care for his reasoning, even though I think a lot of us understand it. If somebody's disrespecting your neighborhood or whatever, then that's
but he didn't want to do it before the disrespect.
Exactly.
But when do you enter the realm of celebrity? What makes you a celebrity? Because I don't feel like no celebrity. I just feel popular.
Look, I ain't gonna even tell you. Look, it's places I can't go. I'll be wanting to be poo shiestied up even before no jumper made it better. Just like off my channel alone, everywhere I go, somebody recognizes me. You feel me? But I don't never play or want to feel like I'm a celebrity because I'm a regular person, bro. I don't even care about celebrities. Like, they regular people to me too. But it's funny you say that because a podcast channel hit me last night and was like, hey, Ant, can I ask you a question? I'm like, what's up? So they was like, they spoke on the 4 Extras, King Pill, and the Unk thing, asked me how I felt about the situation. And I was like for me, like, come on, anybody is being sensitive trying to say that 4 Extras was bullying another grown man. 4 Extras was just being firm with that dude because he know that dude will get in character and say something that will get him in a jam. So I'm gonna just be firm with you and like let you know, I'm not playing with you. Like, I know you might be thinking it's a joke because we on camera and we streaming and all this, but I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? But then the flip side of it is people was like, well, why he on, you know what I'm saying, want to fight King Pill or be on to do this with King Pill and this and that. And I'm just like, man, that's whatever reason, and that's his reason, and I don't know. Like, I can't answer that. But people definitely was asking that question for sure.
He did have a very long explanation.
I'm just saying he's that's what I say. What makes you a celebrity? Because he think King Pill is beneath him and he's not worthy of a fade, even for money. And that's weird. But you want to fight a Zeus star, the plumber dude, you know what I'm saying?
A snitch.
And a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And then he like, how tall is the plumber? 5'8"?
He's 5'8". He's much smaller.
5'8".
King Pill is more of a good fight, like a fairer fight.
And I got references from King Pill. The homies that have been in jail, King Pill, he's retarded and he'll squabble and he don't mind squabbling. So I'm saying, what make him unworthy of a fade for some money? You just came from the county jail where you do it for free for nothing, and a trip to the hole to eat juke balls.
And I get where 4 Extra is coming from because he wants to fight somebody that he sees as being on his level. But when you see me, like, I thought that by putting it out there that this was fight, I was trying to make it happen, that he would just do it because he's just been trying to get into this whole fight thing for so long. And I think to a lot of people, him, like, King Pill just not having enough clout, which I agree, like, you're bigger than King Pill for sure, but like a lot of times when you see these celebrity boxing matches, it's not necessarily people that are like super evenly matched in terms of fame or whatever.
Isn't Charleston White way more famous than Kodiak Red? Like,
exactly.
Then who? The dude he just fought?
The Island Boys
guy.
The Island Boys, they was popping. I heard about them before Charleston White.
But Charleston White is like way more popular, I think.
His career trajectory.
He's the most famous snitch in America.
Charleston White does interviews on Say Cheese and gets 1 million views like every time, and they've been doing this for like 5 years, which to me is crazy. Like, Kodiak Red, like, meanwhile, is like a completely washed up non-rapper internet nerd. And I fuck with them. I would like to do content with the Island Boys again, but like, Kodiak Red made out with his own brother for OnlyFans money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He literally.
Zark.
And then he just gave up on that fight halfway through the second round. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. But like, in general, all I'm saying is that, like, okay. And then even I also see some comments that think that, like, their basic point is that 4Extra is just like kind of standing in the way of people being able to be on the podcast and together. And I don't know even if they know that, but the fact that he doesn't want to be part of the cipher because
Ant.
Probably because of Ant. Yeah. Well, I can't think of anybody else that who would give a shit.
Because I ain't hopping on there with him either.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. I don't think that
him or Ralphie. So I got like, you know what I'm saying. So, but Ant cool, calm, collective. Ant don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like I tried to tell 4Extra like this guy Ant, he's super chill. He ain't on no bullshit. He's chilling. And 4Extra made it clear like, nah, I ain't getting on that. Like he's just like super. Like the opposite of a brick baby who was kind of like looking for a reason to sit down with somebody that he's not supposed to get along with because he knew it would be good content. Instead, for us, kind of on the other side of the. But I want to make this clear as well too, though. You know, even though I was open to it, but like motherfuckers know, like even the journey, the path I'm on, I'm not friendly. Like I'm not looking for no friends. I'm not trying to merge nothing that don't want to be merged or don't supposed to be merged. And I actually respect. I'm a respect the gangsterism. Like if I don't want to do for no content either, and me, if I ever sat down with him and been in the room, I'm not trying to do this shit for no content. That's not what it's not for me. Like I said, I deal with some of his folks, and I don't deal with them. None of them dudes on no content. They know who I am and what type of person I'm. I don't do for content. So. You know, I have talked to Brick Baby. Me and Brick Baby, we was chopping it up before he went down, though. But that definitely would have disappointed me if Brick Baby would have just wanted to sit down with me for some content. Like I'm not with that. I'm not with that either.
Like even if like you guys are both at a place
like every I've been in the room with that's neighborhoods like it had been genuine. I ain't sat down with ODM Slim. I ain't been around his cousin Sporty Loc. None of that shit was for no more content.
But you're saying
all that shit was genuine.
If you said that, if you met someone, like if you had met Brick, got along with him, chopped it up with him for an hour off camera, and you guys shared, you know, a cool conversation, then if it became an issue of like, yo, let's sit on camera, you would have been open to it if there was a relationship already kind of established?
Yeah, no, for sure. Hell yeah. Like I ain't one of them persons either. Like we ain't gonna never like get that misconstrued. Like hell yeah, I'm calm, collective, I'm humble, but like I'm not like I still got morals and like I'm not just trying to sit down with nobody for no content. Like that's what we not doing. I don't care about no views or none of that because like I know a lot of shit. If I want to be controversial or controversy, whatever, like I can be that, but that's not me. So it's like I'm not never trying to sit down for no content. Like it definitely, you know what I'm saying, have to be like genuine for sure.
Hey, for the record, me and Brick Baby was hollering before he even came on No Jumper.
Right.
I went on Street TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me and him was talking about doing a podcast together before we start podcasting. So like, because we had bumped heads and then we had hollered and we became cool after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like,
which to me is amazing. I love the idea of just people being able to like get past stuff through podcasting. I think that's just like really good for the future of Los Angeles.
No, 1000%. Has the 4Extra zoo vlog come out yet?
Not yet, but hopefully very, very soon.
Zoo? Y'all went to the zoo?
He went to the zoo with Traplo Ross.
Yeah, and I feel like that might kind of sway a little bit of consensus back into 4Extra's favor after it comes out. Because it like
good old warm
wholesome 4Extra.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
Who thought of that, man?
Who did think of that?
Who thought of a trip to the zoo with Traplo Ross and 4Extra, bro? I would like to know who came up with that.
I think they're like following in the footsteps of the China Mac, the Mac Ventures,
right.
Crip Mac and China Mac together, and like we had a few different ideas. The Dodgers game was one idea.
He still wants to do that.
Yeah, for sure. We were actually supposed to do that like last weekend, but in general, I think I think like okay, there's two things kind of going on, which is that number one, the audience is kind of getting adjusted to 4Extra because they've seen so many interviews with him at this point, and it's like in order to keep that level of excitement, we keep having to like we have to keep coming up with new stuff and coming up with new people to put him with and create different situations, etc. Meanwhile, Unc is like mega going out of his way every time he appears on camera to make it as entertaining as possible. And I've seen so many people from Aaron the plumber who snitched to a Jay Main to a whoever, like all these dudes where they come out, they got catchphrases, they got war stories, they got crazy ass ideas that they want to talk about, etc. And they start getting paid to do content and the people go crazy for them. And then they either keep it going or they don't.